Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. I haven't made one in a while, but this time we are going to be ranking the TIs from worst to best. Now, everyone thinks that these lists are subjective and you can put them in whatever order you want. Those people are wrong. There's only one list, and it's my list, and it's this list. Therefore, if anyone ever tells you, "Oh, but I think TI4 was actually really fucking good," tell them they're wrong, because they are. That being said, let's get into the list, and TI4 was actually number 1. No, TI4 is last. TI4 is dead last. TI4 was not a good TI. It had some good games outside the grand finals. You had the Sing Sing Meepo, which was classic. Classic. But outside that, maybe not so much of a good TI. There wasn't a ton that was really notable. So we're just going to move along. No one wants to talk about TI4. Everyone knows that shit was going to be last. Second to last, I have TI9. TI9 was a pretty sick TI. There was a lot of cool shit in it. The OG winning TI 2 times. Spoiler alert for those who have been living under a rock but somehow might be watching this video. Yeah, OG won again. Curse is broken again. There's some sick stuff in there, but no team really could touch OG at TI9. They destroyed their group. They only lost maybe a couple of games. They looked so dominant, and there were some great memes, but in terms of the actual games that got played, there were some cool Mega Creep comebacks in the group stage, but after you got to the main stage, it just looked like all the teams that, would have been there to, step to OG, they all, just choked, crazy hard. And, sometimes that shit happens, and some people just, VP choking was not a great look, and yeah, you just kind of have to go with it. So that's why I've got TI9 at second to last. Now, next up, we've got TI6 Wings, for a very similar reason why I put TI9 in second to last. I put TI6 as third, because Wings just looked so much better than everyone else at that tournament, and it wasn't even close. The only games they lost after the group stage were games in which they picked Pudge or Techies. Now, they picked Pudge and Techies. What the fuck? Those were the only times they were able to freaking lose a game. They were just so incredibly dominant, and it made for a boring TI. And I mean, I guess you can argue that makes it incredibly cool, especially the fact that they were able to pick all those heroes and still be competitive, despite just being a complete random person, but a random team, but yeah, I gotta give it to Wings. It was a cool TI for sure, but it was a boring one. And so moving right along, our next TI, and I almost put TI6 over this, is I put TI7. That's right, TI7 with Liquid destroying Newbie in the grand finals was my next pick. They were incredibly fun to watch. Seeing them just being on the last day, or it wasn't the last day, but the last 2 days, how it was basically, hey, it's Liquid, and then it's just a bunch of Chinese teams, and Liquid's got to make this giant run through the lower bracket to actually win TI and keep the East-West cycle going. And they did it. They managed to completely overtake a lot of teams like LFY and LGD. Both looked so good that tournament, and Liquid kind of just, upper brackets for bitches, so you got to give it to them. That being said, we have to, draw a line, and for me, it's not any better than sixth. right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6th. So now we've got 5th for me, and this one was also pretty hard, was I put TI1. Now, TI1 was, you can make an argument for it to be higher and lower on this list. You can make an argument to say that, oh, maybe TI6 should be higher because like e.g. Home, and that, which was like an amazing series, or TI7 should be higher up because of Liquid's Run, or, you know, TI6 got Ding 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 Motherfucker. But the reason I put TI1 a bit higher than them is because it's the first TI, and it really, you know, TI1 had to be good for any of this to happen. And, you know, it had the amazing storylines with Fear, with Dendi and Na'Vi coming in as this just Russian stack versus the kings of Dota and eHome, and getting their clock cleaned. And with all those intense moments with the two booths next to each other, and just like the pure energy that you can feel if you ever watch those games, like you can tell like this is something, and that's why I have TI1 as number 5. Wow. Moving on, I've got just above it in TI2. I just think that the quality of TI2 in terms of gameplay was a little bit higher than TI1. Mostly because TI1 had, you know, like TI1 had like no time for the pros to actually try to figure out the game. They were kind of just given the thing and said, "Hey, here, do this," and the players did the best they could, and it ended up being an incredibly intense and fun tournament to watch. But the actual gameplay really wasn't up to the quality of any TI after it. So that's why TI2 is a little bit higher than TI1, and TI1 falls where it is. Meanwhile, TI2, you've got the play, you've got the start of the East-West cycle, which is especially important considering how eHome and TI1 were such favorites and they couldn't come through. It really captured the hearts of the Dota scene in China. Not to mention they've got Chuan and his double chin forever making Dota history, lifting that Aegis up. But yeah, so after TI2, it gets tough because obviously we are in the top 3. Damn. So top 3, I'm going to have TI5 just edging into there. The Sumail run was absolutely nuts. Not to mention the ridiculousness of the techies picks that Aoi just completely weaponized that no one had a chance at dealing with, and they just ended up having to ban it. And not to mention Secret bombing out of that, VP actually getting their best TI placement ever with G and that squad, and there was just so many good moments. The freaking $6 million Echo Slam being absolutely legendary. And everyone can just, like, you can just see an image of CDC gathered in that pit, and as soon as you see that, you're gonna start thinking of that fucking and ready for the dunk in from universe, and it's just nuts. So TI5 definitely top 3 TI for me. Now there has to be a second and there has to be a first, and a lot of people for a long time have said that TI3 is the best TI ever. I'm here to refute that. I have TI3 as number 2. And it's not because TI3 wasn't an absolutely fantastic TI. There were so many insane moments. You've got the fountain hooks. You've got the grand finals game 5 with the $1 million dream Carl. And just like the continuing story of Na'Vi managing to get to the finals for the 3rd year in a row, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I just think that there is something that's a little better. And that's something, at least for me, is TI9. TI8, sorry. Yikes. TI8. OG winning just in this underdog Cinderella story after bottoming out their group in day one, after getting their roster completely destroyed by EG, getting completely thrown to the side by No-Tail getting thrown to the side by his friend, and just the competition between the teams and the absolutely ridiculousness of just all of it. There could just be no other option, and you have to just go with it. So, because I'm making the video, so fuck you. But there were so many good moments at TI9. The rivalry between EG and OG, OG taking out VGJ Thunder, which was considered a top tier team at the time. Secret once again bombing out. VP struggling, but actually managing to get what I believe was their best place finish. They got top 6 that year, and with the squad with No One and Ramsey stack. And now that the stack's fallen apart, that has been their best showing. And all the games between OG and LGD, all fucking 8 of them, which is ridiculous. All 8 games that they played against each other on the main stage were just so good. So I have TI8 being the best TI ever. And as we all know, your own opinion is the only opinion that matters, which means that yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone for accepting the fact that I'm right and you're wrong. And if you disagree with me, you can bitch about it in the comments or downvote me on Reddit, because I'm going to post this there, because no one gives a shit about my opinion. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Whether all is 5 or 500, thank you all. If you disagree with me, you can put it down in the comments. And if you think my voice sounds like I'm a 12-year-old faggot, I guess you could also put that in the comments, but it'd make me cry. Thank you.